we have this great opportunity to protect the coast, to be proactive. We still have the habitats, we still have the diversity, and we still have a healthy coast. So we have the opportunity to really look to the future and look with what we have and who we have here and technologies that we have to be able to protect for the long term.
It fills me with awe. The beauty of this area, it captures you. When I look at the marsh and I look at these majestic oaks, there is that pull. Yeah, the Atlantic Ocean pulls me. And I don't deny that.
There's something special and magical about it when you really stop and think about how long this process has been happening and how much of a privilege it is to watch it in action. These species have been around for like tens of millions of years, and really the only threat that they face and for continued existence is caused by us as humans. We can take small steps that have a big impact.
Inspire one person, and that one person inspires another person, and just keeps going and going, but you can't do it without surrounding yourself with good people, really. You know, the labor of love of just nurturing and growing, and teaches you a lot about patience.
If everyone just says that they don't care, then nothing's gonna happen. But you can do something, and we need to do something, and you can make a difference.
The Georgia coast is definitely of great global significance, and we have great opportunities to restore areas. Our goals include protecting our water quality, our water quantity, and the flow regime. Working in partnership with many to really take the long-term view for land conservation on the Georgia coast, and working to define these corridors, such as the Altamaha River corridor here, and look at how we can work in partnership to protect lands, to develop a vision for conservation, working with the communities and planning with them, how can we be more resilient? How can we have a more resilient coast? How can we plan wisely? It's been important, the lessons that we've learned and the partnerships that we've developed over time, those help us in other places too, that are important to the health of the overall system.
This is where all the magic happens with our sample processing for our sea turtle projects. Our big project is our Northern Recovery Unit loggerheads. So that's all the females nesting here in Georgia through the northern extent of their nesting range in Virginia and Maryland. So the markers that we use are microsatellites, which is exactly the same kind of markers we use in human forensics for individual identity. We just had to isolate new ones from loggerheads. So that's when the light bulb went off that, hey, this could be a really valuable tool for trying to figure out how many females we have, how many clutches of eggs do they lay each season, how often are they coming back to nest, and then how much are they moving around among the different islands. In terms of different management practices, is this actually helping the turtles? So like if we have really limited resources, where do we focus them? Hopefully with a really solid population model, we can project out and see, how those kind of management actions can help. It'll help us figure out, what to expect in the future. We're definitely seeing encouraging signs of recovery for our population here in Georgia. The challenge with sea turtle conservation is you often don't realize you have a problem until you're really late in the game to try to do anything to fix it. We have to sort of keep everything on the right track. We can't let it veer off course or things could get bad again really quickly.
How can we use nature to protect us? Can we protect some of these areas that can serve as natural infrastructure? Can we restore systems? Living shorelines is a nature-based solution to erosion on the Georgia coast. We're mimicking a natural shoreline, designing it with nature by using native species, because the oysters are such an important part of our coast and shoreline in helping to decrease erosion. And what we're going to do is we're working to plan together, bringing people to the table from restaurants, people in the restaurant business, and farmers, and also those in restoration, and approach it and develop a holistic plan.
Back in 2018, I felt a need for farms in Glenn County. You make it sustainable here. You feel that need for the lack of farms around here. I started to see what I could do to change that. I take a chance on it, help that dream come true. And so we're 5 years down the road, and here we are.
Zach had the idea to start a market garden that was clean food that he couldn't find anywhere else. The food movement needed some stimulation around here, and we're truly doing something that I have a passion for and that I know he has a passion for as well.
Hopefully there'll be more smart market farms, more sustainable farms with a smaller footprint, on the environment. I think people are getting it. I feel like there's a movement.
I love to have fun. And I love for children to have fun. And being outdoors, you get to see things that you may ignore. BRAG is an acronym for Bike Ride Across Georgia. Our club is Gullah Geechee Club. Our organization is all about youth leadership development. And cycling is a life metaphor for the ups and downs, peaks, highs and lows. The other part of it is giving back to the community in which we live. Our cycling program is not a competition program. However, it is a program of persistence. It is a program of determination and commitment.
My favorite quote, Dr. Sylvia Earle said, "You have to love something before you move to save it." That connection is so important. Taking kids to go to the ocean, taking kids just outside, it's so important. Well, way back in 2013, when I was super little, I went to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center on Jekyll Island. I saw those sea turtles getting affected by plastic, and I was just so heartbroken. I was like, how could our trash affect these turtles? So I felt like I had to do something about that. It's a lot of pressure for a child, but it didn't stop me. It intimidated me, but it did not stop me. I guess it taught me that it might be a little harder because you're not in a position to make decisions, but you can do something. My project doesn't stop, and I just hope that it inspires people to take action.
I am a sixth generation Gullah Geechee. What I instilled in the young people that are on our Gullah Geechee Club is to ask questions of your elders. Learn who you be. Learn and try to ask questions and just get out there and explore.
I think that kids have so much promise for the future just because they have all these big ideas and big goals and have this love and connection for the ocean, for the land, for the trees. They're the future of the world, and they're going to be the future of conservation.
I just want to try to carry the torch. Just feeling like you're continuing that legacy, I think, is really important to me. That's a big motivator for me. That makes it worthwhile.
There are actions that we can take throughout Georgia to help protect our coast. Thinking about our practices and where we are in relation to the coastal area. Which watershed do you live in and how it's connected to our coastal area. You can support conservation wherever you live in the state of Georgia. And when we think about the importance of it for biodiversity, the importance of it for people, that's one of the last great places in the world.